Egyptian mythology, the dark and divine origins of the universe. In the beginning, there was nothing. No stars, no sky, no land, just endless darkness and water, a silent void with no form and no time. But from that darkness came life, and from life came gods. This is how the ancient Egyptians believed the universe began, not with a bang, but with a god who created himself and everything else. Welcome to the story of creation, Egyptian mythology, the beginning. Long before pyramids pierced the sky, long before pharaohs ruled the Nile, there was only Nun, the primordial waters of chaos. Nun was not a god in the human sense. It had no face, no voice, no shape. It was the infinite ocean, dark, still, eternal. The Egyptians believed that before creation, everything existed within Nun, timeless, motionless, and meaningless. But even within this void, something stirred. A divine spark, an idea, a force of will. And from it, Atum was born. Atum didn't need parents. He willed himself into existence. The Egyptians believed Atum rose from Nun on a primordial mound, the first land to ever exist. Alone in the universe, Atum stood above the waters and spoke creation into being. With a breath, or a word, or even through a divine act of thought, he brought forth more gods. From himself, Atum created Shu, the god of air, and Tefnut, the goddess of moisture. They were not born. They were formed, direct extensions of Atum's essence. And with that, the structure of the world began to take shape. Shu and Tefnut were more than elements. They were forces of balance, air and moisture, breath and fluid, invisible but vital. They traveled into the void to explore creation, but became lost. Atum, heartbroken, sent his eye, a divine symbol of protection and power, to search for them. When they returned, Atum wept. His tears fell onto the land, and from them, humanity was born. The world now had gods. It had emotion. It had life. Shu and Tefnut had children of their own. Geb, the earth, and Nut, the sky. But they were born wrapped in each other's embrace, tightly clinging together in an eternal bond. Nothing could grow. Nothing could live. Earth and sky were fused, pressing against one another with no space in between. Atum, seeing that creation could not flourish, ordered Shu to separate them. And so Shu, god of air, lifted Nut into the heavens, while Geb remained below, forming the soil, the mountains, the valleys. From that separation came day and night, light and darkness, life and death. And Nut, the sky, would arch above Geb forever, their love eternal, but always out of reach. Nut gave birth to 4 powerful deities, Osiris, Isis, Seth, and Nephthys. Osiris, god of the afterlife, order, and rebirth. Isis, goddess of magic, healing, and protection. Seth, god of chaos, storms, and destruction. Nephthys, guardian of the dead. Together, they would shape the myths and legends that define ancient Egyptian culture. But even among gods, jealousy, betrayal, and vengeance would soon unfold. A cosmic drama that echoes through time. But that is a story for another day. The Egyptians didn't just create gods, they created concepts. The most important of them was Ma'at, the divine order of the universe. Ma'at was truth, justice, balance, the very fabric that held creation together. Atum's universe depended on Ma'at. Without it, chaos, Isfet, would return. Every sunrise, every flood of the Nile, every breath was proof that Ma'at endured. That chaos had been pushed back, but never destroyed. Even pharaohs ruled not just as kings, but as guardians of Ma'at. And every myth, every god, every ritual was a fight to preserve that balance. This was the beginning, the first breath of an eternal civilization. And the gods are just getting started. Like and subscribe for part 2, The Tragedy of Osiris.